Your data, your rules, OpenText HPE. I'm Andrew Green, so I'm Sales Director for OpenText AI and Analytics for Europe, and I'm joined here by Matthias Evin, who's our Solution Consulting Director globally. We're from OpenText. Some of you may have heard of OpenText, some of you may not. For those that haven't, OpenText is a 22,000 person organization, global software business, headquartered in Canada. And we're all focused, all 22,000 of us, on becoming the best information management company in the world. What does that really mean, information management? And it covers all sorts of different areas. So every bit of information in your business, which we believe is the most important asset in your organization other than your people and your customers. And it can take many forms, from the structured information to the unstructured information, the videos, the blogs, the documents, the CAD drawings, all sorts. How do you leverage that as an organization? Today, we're going to be focused on data. And what I mean by data really is that more structured side of information. The ones and zeros, the stuff from machines, from software, from everywhere in your business, the transactional information. And we believe, and hopefully you guys believe that too, that data is a strategic asset. Probably, I think, in most organizations, the most underutilized strategic asset in an organization. But if used correctly, you can take that asset and you can turn the dial on some really key things in your business. You can improve customer loyalty. You can bring products and services to market faster. You can increase operating margins, do more for less. You can generate other competitive advantages, and you can improve, employee satisfaction. It's a huge lever. And the challenge is, how do you make the most of that? How do you take data, the ones and zeros that you've got in tables, and turn it from individual bits of information into insights, to decisions, to be able to be a deployable strategy in your business. And in order to do that, you really need a foundational data platform. And that's what we're here to talk about today, about how you go about achieving such a thing. When we talk to a lot of organizations, they're kind of at a crossroads with where they are in their organization. Many will have lots of legacy databases, data warehouse applications that are slow or costly or rigid or brittle, and they're not built for the world of AI today, and data becomes a foundational layer for your AI strategy. On the flip side of that, many have already endeavored and started a journey towards SaaS data platforms or public cloud data platforms, and they're falling short of expectations. What do I mean a little bit by that? Okay, so here's a few examples. On the SaaS and cloud side, we're seeing breaches, outages, and data sovereignty issues come up every single day. Here's just a couple of examples. In 2024, there was a huge data breach with one of the large data analytics platform providers. Millions and millions of people's individual private data was stolen, given to criminals. Hundreds of thousands of dollars was ransomed by large vendors, and thousands of organizations had reputational damage because of that. On the other side, there was everyone knows this one, right? 2 months ago, AWS outage in the US caused a ripple-on effect that affected people globally. I'm a UK person, but my banking app was down, my Ring camera was down. And how does that happen when I've got a data center in somewhere in the US that's affected these providers? Okay, so there's 7 hours of downtime, 8 million people affected, and 2,000 organizations had degraded operations. So when I talk about those important dials that you can improve with a proper data foundation, those were all degraded due to somebody else failing on those organizations' behalf. And the final kind of pillar to this challenge is data sovereignty. So this is UK organizations, but nearly 2/3 surveyed by Gartner last year didn't really know where their data was. And that is in a world where we've got increasing regulation about who owns your data and who has the rights to it. But also the US Cloud Act exists today, where the US federal government can subpoena any US headquartered cloud service provider and request data on the behalf of the government from that provider, and they have to provide it. And some Many organizations don't like the idea of that for various different reasons. So we, OpenText, worked with an organization called Foundry. They're a market intelligence organization. We conducted a survey of over 200 IT decision makers across the globe, roughly 50% in the US, 25% in Europe, 25% in Asia Pacific, largely organizations $1 billion plus, across all different types of industry, but predominantly technology, financial services, retail, and healthcare. I'm going to talk to you about some of the findings from this, which I think are really useful. But at the end of the presentation, Matthias is going to put a QR code and you can get access to all the responses, and you can have a look at that information for yourself and see if it gives you any other additional insights. So, what was the number one finding? The great repatriation wave is here. What does that mean? Other than repatriation is a really difficult word for me to keep saying it over and over again. What we're really talking about is taking workloads from the cloud, from SaaS solutions, and bringing them back to the entity, the organization that owns them. And so I like to use rebalancing, primarily because it's easier to say, but also it's kind of it's an idea. It's not just every single workload. It's the right workload has the right place and time. So that survey, what that showed us was, more than 2/3 of organizations surveyed had already begun bringing some workloads that they previously moved to the cloud, to these SaaS providers, to public cloud, and taken them back in-house in some shape or form. And nearly 90% plan to do the same in the next 12 to 24 months. As I mentioned before, this is about the right workload in the right place. So what are those key workloads? Well, what people said was that the workloads that they identified as kind of key priorities for this repatriation, rebalancing approach were those database, those analytical workloads, especially where machine learning and AI is concerned. They want to have that back in their business. They want to control that data. They want to understand it and be responsible for it. The question of why is also very important, right? So we talked about what, and here's the why. So 5 reasons, the top 5 reasons why people want to make this move. Number 1 was security, okay? I suppose that points to my previous slide around breaches and outages, etc. But people are concerned about security. Those big SaaS providers provide a big target, right, for lots of people, So if you've got this in your own control, you reduce your attack surface somewhat. The one that I hear a lot, but I'm a salesperson, so when I meet a lot of our customers, we hear about cost. All our customers, all our prospects that we talk to are astounded by the cost that they're now paying for a lot of these cloud services and SaaS solutions. It's not what they signed up for a lot of the time. The cost is only going in one direction, and they're trying to create a flatter position, right? Data increases hugely, right? There's the 3 V's we often talk about: variety, volume, and velocity of data, and they're all going up. And with that, cost goes up exponentially often in many cases. So many people are trying to understand how to rationalize and flatline that cost base. The third one, which is interesting, I think, is about individualization, customization, optimization. Many of these SaaS solutions, these cloud solutions are kind of t-shirt sized, right? One size fits many, or one size fits all, small, medium, and large, which is great for lots of organizations. But for those organizations that really truly believe that data is a strategic asset, they want to make the most out of that. And they want that kind of tailored solution, right? They want the Savile Row bespoke suit. This is not one of those, but they want one of those. And they want to truly make the most out of the data they've got, to make those decisions to optimize their business, because they truly believe data is a key part of their business. The fourth one is about recovery and business continuity, I suppose, talking really to that outages and concerns in that space. I think, Shopify was down also earlier this week. So there's all sorts of challenges in those spaces. And then the fifth one, and I think this will continue to grow as if we do this survey again, is about AI readiness, AI performance, latency. If you've got your data in one place and your AI models in another place. How do you manage that? How do you get performance? How do you manage the latency? How do you manage the cost of all of these transactions going back and forth across networks? It's very complicated. So they're the kind of 5 key reasons that we've seen that from this survey that people are looking to rebalance and where they're trying to prioritize their effort. There was also some information on those that have already done this journey. There's 67% of people who've already made the move from public cloud and SaaS back into their own control. And 75% plus reported that they had either reduced cost or it was cost neutral. And that does include the cost of migration, right? So all of some of that hard work, that upfront CapEx stuff as well. And not only that they'd reduced cost, but they've also improved their security posture. So the win-win, right? The panacea, those top 2 goals, metrics met. And then they get all of those other benefits as well. But it's not always easy, right? As we say in the UK, there's no such thing as a free lunch. This one's sponsored by Microsoft, so kind of free, but you have to deal with that. So what are the barriers that people are concerned about, right? And it's the same with any big transformational project. Number 1 barrier, business continuity. How do I run my business and improve my business? How do I, build the train and drive the train at the same time? It's always very difficult. People are concerned about upfront costs, infrastructure costs, software licensing costs, all of those high upfront CapEx costs. And then there's the perceived migration complexity as well, and a lack of in-house expertise. It probably won't surprise you here today to realize that we're going to come and say that we can solve those problems, right? So we can provide you with a way to rebalance those workloads, minimize that upfront cost, minimize the risk, and help you with your in-house expertise as well. So how do you start this journey? So, it's a nice little tick list, but the summary is really, it's about prioritization. Like I said at the beginning, it's about rebalancing and choosing the appropriate workloads. Think about when we talk to organizations, it's those, what are the most expensive workloads, the most complex queries you've got that are costing you huge amounts of money at the moment in the cloud. Where is the really important data, the data that you wouldn't want exposed on the internet? What is that? Use that to prioritize the workloads, and we can do it use case by use case. It doesn't have to be big bang in these areas. We can create a little factory of repatriation. So, next one is adopt that kind of hybrid plan. So it doesn't have to be everything. We can have a journey from A to B, and it's always continuously flowing. Build for integration, not isolation. One of the things that wasn't on the slides that I showed, but does come up in the whole survey, is about vendor lock-in as well. People are kind of concerned about, actually, if I start putting all this data here, how do I ever get it out, right? So we operate in a totally open way, we're in an open ecosystem and infrastructure. So it's about building for that integration, not isolation. Don't get locked in. And then, it's the same with every good project. Project management, change management, make sure you understand all of that up front. Build that into the plan. And then use partnerships, the likes of OpenText, HPE, lots of ISVs. There's lots of other partners and GSIs around here that can help you on those journeys. So I've talked a little bit about what we're hearing organizations say, the challenges many people like you are facing. It's not all doom and gloom. Matthias is going to come and he's going to show you how you can achieve some of these things. And so I'm going to hand over to Matthias now. Just need to remember to turn my mic off.
Thank you, Andrew. So as Andrew just highlighted, there are many reasons why organizations want to repatriate or rebalance their workload, especially on the analytics or on the database side. So we wanted to help our customers tackling this topic, and we wanted to give them a solution to help them easily, smoothly rebalance their workload into their new environment. So over the next 15-20 minutes, I'm going to show you how we can deliver with HPE a reliable solution that can help you smoothly, easily migrate your cloud or SaaS workload into an on-prem or private cloud environment. So good morning, everyone. Thanks again for joining this session. My name is Matthias Evin, and I am the Director of Solution Consulting for AI and Analytics at OpenText. When we talk about repatriating analytics workload, it's important that we look at the full picture. As you know, OpenText is basically a software vendor, so we provide all the technology to run your analytics environment. But we didn't have all the infrastructure skills. We didn't have all the hardware skills needed for such project. So this is why we decided that we will partner with HPE for this rebalancing or this repatriation exercise. So what we wanted to do is basically provide our customers a comprehensive solution that will help them realize a smooth and quick migration or rebalancing of their analytics environment. So this is exactly why we did work with HPE on this program, and this partnership is aiming at providing our customers the capabilities needed to seamlessly rebalance or repatriate their workload. So, in fact, this partnership is not a brand new partnership. It's a long-standing partnership. For over 20 years, we've been working with HPE. In fact, for those of you in the room, probably you know that the solution we'll be presenting today, OpenText Analytics Database, formerly named Vertica, was part of the HPE assets a few years ago. So this partnership is really a strong partnership, delivering the foundation for enterprise solutions. With this partnership, we bring to our customers an end-to-end performance platform. Together, we provide integrated hardware and analytics software for a true end-to-end performance. This means customers get a seamless experience. They get the same seamless experience that they would get by getting a SaaS platform, but they will be able to deploy this platform either on-premise or in a private cloud environment. So they will be getting basically the seamless experience from infrastructure to insight in one single solution. The second aspect is the scaling. As Andrew mentioned earlier, the SaaS platform, sometimes it's one size fits all, and probably it's not the right solution for your business. I will share with you some examples where we have customers basically handling petabytes of data to drive real-time insight from IoT sensors, for example, and predict, for example, some maintenance issues. If they were running on a SaaS platform, they might not be able to achieve the same, basically, scaling. With our platform, we will be able to automatically scale when you need more compute. For example, we'll be able to scale also the storage if needed without requiring huge cost for this scaling. We also provide enterprise-grade security. Security and compliance are non-negotiable. Our joint solution delivers enterprise-grade protection to meet the most stringent requirements. We also deliver reduced TCO by optimizing the infrastructure and the analytic platforms. We help organizations reducing the cost of the tools and the total cost of ownership of the platform. And finally, last but not least, the AI innovation. We want to enable our customers to basically leverage their data and leverage the AI capabilities to get more insight out of their data. So we want basically to help companies move faster their business, grow their business, and stay ahead of the competition with data-driven innovations. In short, this partnership combines the best of both worlds: OpenText analytics expertise and HPE infrastructure leadership to deliver a secure, reliable, and high-performance solution for modern enterprise. So let's probably look into the details of what the combined solution will provide you. So the combined solution together with HPE, we deliver an optimized foundation for AI and enterprise data warehousing. By combining HPE high-performance scalable infrastructure with OpenText advanced analytics engine, we enable organizations to achieve the speed, the efficiency, and the flexibility needed to handle any workload, from data warehousing to AI-driven insight. It's a modern, hybrid-ready architecture that maximizes performance while keeping cost, security, and complexity in check. On the right-hand side, what you see, it's basically what HPE will deliver with their GreenLake platform. It's an hybrid infrastructure that is built for agility. You get rapid deployment and elastic scaling as you spin more resources quickly and scale as needed. It also delivers the pay-per-use consumptions. So when you have basically an increase of compute, you can quickly spin off new machines and just use for the machine that you use. And of course, when those compute resources are no longer needed, you can scale down the environment in an easy way. So this platform also simplifies the IT operations while delivering enterprise-grade reliability. One of the concerns that Andrew mentioned is that people who move to the SaaS environment might have lost the expertise to run and operate their environment. With HPE GreenLake, HPE is providing basically the managed services required to manage all these platforms. So you don't have to worry about that. We will basically provide you the infrastructure for this platform. Now, on the left-hand side, this is basically what we'll bring to this solution. It's basically our analytics database. So this analytics database is an enterprise-scale data platform for high-performance analytics. It supports flexible deployment, so it can be run on-prem, in a cloud environment, but also in a hybrid environment. And it does provide also the scalability that you need to adapt while your business grows. It also brings, I'll get back to that later on, in-database machine learning capabilities. So it's not only a database, but it's also an AI solution that can be used to do some predictive analytics on your data. This is important to be able to, of course, manage the information, but also ensure that the data stay within the database, and you can basically use this to process the data locally and ensure the compliance and the governance of your information. So together, this combination gives you the powerful and flexible platform required for any analytics and AI applications. So what are the main benefits that we jointly deliver with this platform? As we touched on earlier, we want to start with the performance. That's a highly important topic for us. As I will share with you, we have customers handling petabytes of data, and they want to be able to basically get down to the second for their queries. Even they have billions or hundreds of billions of rows, they want to be able to achieve quick query results and get instantaneous insight from their data. So our platform combines basically an ultra-fast query engine and elastic scaling to handle peak analytics demands. Plus, you have the flexibility to deploy this environment either on-prem or in a private cloud, as you wish. So together, we deliver lightning-fast analytics capabilities while maintaining compliance and data sovereignty. Just to give you some example, we did some benchmark with HPE, and using the HPE platform and their high-speed storage, we were able to basically improve by 9 times the loading time of the data compared to standard hyperscaler infrastructure. And we were able to reduce by 2 the speed of the query using this environment. The second aspect is, of course, the AI readiness. Today, AI is everywhere, right? Everybody is talking about AI. But if you want to leverage your information and get the best out of your data, you need to be able to leverage machine learning capabilities and LLM tools on top of your data. And this is what we provide with our analytics platform. You have an AI-optimized infrastructure with the HPE GreenLake. It means that you will have low latency and high throughput compute that will be the perfect fit for AI applications. We want also to ensure that we can lower the cost and avoid the vendor lock-in. If you moved some of your workload into a SaaS environment, you might realize that the cost is growing, as Andrew mentioned, but also you may find out that if you want to move out of this environment, you may have some ingress cost to pay to the SaaS provider. With HPE GreenLake, we basically offer a flexible solution. So you are not bound to a provider. You can basically easily, move your workloads from an environment to another environment. So you can rebalance your cloud strategy and better control the cost while reducing the ingress and egress cost. And last but not least, the reliability and the resilience under pressure. As Andrew highlighted earlier, we've seen a lot of bad actors trying to attack the big hyperscalers, the big organizations. By bringing back, basically, your data in your premise, you will have better control on the security. You will be able to avoid outages, data breaches, and downtime, and expose your asset to the external world. So OpenText delivers role-based access control, encryption, compliance built in within the analytics database, while HPE redundant architecture can be used to basically secure your data at rest. In short, this partnership gives you the best of both worlds: speed, scalability, AI readiness, cost efficiency, and enterprise-grade reliability without sacrificing the cost, the control, and the compliance. So let's now drill into the analytics platform provided by OpenText. So what you see on the screen is basically our analytics platform, and at the center of this platform, there is this analytics database. So this is a powerful engine for managing enterprise data. So this is a trusted data and secure, compliant information management, because analytics only works if the data is reliable. Today, data is our most strategic asset. For most organizations, they struggle to extract value. Why? Because the data is either siloed, the platforms are too slow, they cannot basically be used to get fast insight, or they cannot support the new AI strategies. OpenText AI Analytics Platform is our enterprise-grade composable data platform, purpose-built to power AI, real-time analytics, and actionable insight across the business. We are also solving some of the biggest shifts in enterprise data strategy. So for example, I'll share with you one customer use case around that. The platform has been used by our customers, for example, to implement what we call predictive maintenance. So reactive maintenance, of course, leads to costly failures. With our platform, teams gain real-time operational access to their data, and they get insight instantly from their platform. This enables organizations to discover insight and avoid downtime on their infrastructure. Another example is basically, another use case, is around enterprise data warehousing modernization. While legacy data warehouses are buckling under today's demand, high cost, rigid deployment, and limited scalability make them unsuitable for modern AI applications. OpenText modernizes your data stack so you can optimize the performance with data warehousing efficiently at petabyte scale. And the last use case, we talked about it since this morning, it's about cloud repatriation. So I'll share also an example where our customers were able to basically leverage our platform to repatriate their analytics workload into their environment. OpenText Analytics Database supports flexible deployment models, helping business protect their data with enterprise-grade security without sacrificing the agility nor the insight. So OpenText Analytics is not just a platform. It's a proven solution that helps organizations turn data into trusted insight, drive innovation, and deliver measurable business outcomes. For example, as you can see on the screen, we have some customers like Anritsu, and they realize a return on investment of 351% in just 4 months. So this proves that the solution is a proven solution. Another great example is HPE. As you may know, HPE InfoSight, in fact, leverages our analytics database. So behind the scene, to get all the data in real time for their storage devices, HPE is leveraging our analytical database, and they were able to reduce by 50 up to 83% the query time on their InfoSight platform. So what are the various capabilities, components offered by the analytical database? What you see on the screen is basically the main features offered by our analytical database. The first component is our SQL data warehouse. So this is a SQL compliant database. It's not a relational database, it's a columnar database meant to handle petabytes of data. So it can handle billions of records, either coming from IoT streams or from enterprise applications, with blazing fast performance and millisecond, down to millisecond query time. So it enables basically instant insight for use cases like network monitoring, capacity planning, and much more. The second component at the center is our machine learning and AI capabilities. So this is something that we have built over the years. We have more than 700 built-in functions that can be used to apply machine learning algorithm on top of your data. So there is no need to move the data out of your environment. You can directly get insight on your data in real time. So you can have data feeds that will be automatically analyzed, and we can basically apply some machine learning algorithm on the data feed directly and get predictive analytics. So you can use this, for example, to predict customer churn, to detect anomalies, to detect frauds, or you can identify any risk directly with those machine learning capabilities. And last but not least, on the far right, we have the query engine. So the query engine can be used, of course, to query our own data, but it can also be used to query external data. So if you have outside data residing in S3 buckets or in other systems, we can basically query this data using our query engine and combine the results with our own data. So it does provide the ability to combine multiple data sets and apply basically AI on top of all those data sets. At the bottom, what you see is basically the flexible deployment capabilities that we offer. First, on the far left, what you see is that first we will separate compute and storage. So you don't need to basically scale your environment as the data scale, or if you have high demand for AI or for analytics, you can basically only scale the compute side of the platform without touching the storage piece. The second aspect is that, as I mentioned several times, the platform is completely agnostic in terms of deployment. We can deploy it on-premise, we can deploy it on bare metal machines, on Kubernetes environment, we can deploy it in a cloud, private cloud environment. So we are completely agnostic and we can basically adapt to your environment. And last but not least, the platform is certified for HPE GreenLake. So we worked with the HPE people to certify the platform on HPE GreenLake, and we can deliver the solution on this platform. So in short, this combination is a powerful, cost-efficient, and AI-ready platform, perfect for organizations looking to accelerate data-driven innovations. Last feature that we offer with this platform, it's basically a way to provide intuitive, guided experience to enable business users to get insight directly from their data. Of course, with our AI and machine learning capabilities, we can basically provide all the data analysts, all the functions they need to get insight from the data. But for casual users, if they want to explore even large data sets, they can basically leverage what we call Intelligence Aviator. So Intelligence Aviator is our way to democratize access to analytical environment. We provide a conversational bot that people can use to basically explore their data and get insight on their data. So as you can see, we do provide all the capabilities the infrastructure and the features that enable people to get the best out of their environment. And our vision and strategy is being recognized. So today, we are also proud to announce that we have been recognized by IDC as the leader in the basically marketscape for analytical database. So we are very proud of this recognition. And even if our footprint, as you can see on the chart, our footprint might be fairly small compared to other vendors, but it shows that our basically features and our strategy is recognized by this analyst. And being a leader is not just about technology. It's about delivering real business value. We want to ensure that we deliver scalable and efficient platform for data analytics. We want to provide AI and machine learning capabilities on top of the data, and we want to ensure that we can deploy the solution across different environments. So this recognition validates what our customers knows for now quite some time. OpenText Analytics Database is the market-leading solution for organizations looking to accelerate data-driven innovation and stay ahead of their competitive landscape. So what I'd like to do in the next 5 minutes is share with you 3 different use cases where we have basically delivered value to our customers. The first use case that I'm going to share today, it's basically for one of our customers called Wandera. This is the JAMF platform. So for those who don't know what Wandera is doing, they are basically delivering solution to manage mobile devices, for example. So you might have this software on your iPhone, for example, and they provide basically this to large customers, and they can manage hundreds of thousands of devices in their platform. But as the Wandera customer base grew, they experienced some speed and scalability issues on their existing platform. So they had a SaaS environment that they were using to process all their data, and they found out that the platform was not scaling or not delivering the performances they were looking for. So by moving to the OpenText Analytics Database, they were able to replace the legacy system, improve the performance and the agility and the reliability of their platform. And as you can see on the slide, they were able to basically get a cost saving of almost $500,000 on their environment. They were able to basically get a return on investment of 270% in less than 3 months. They were also able to improve the IT productivity because the platform delivers basically high performance speed without requiring tuning and maintenance. And last but not least, they were also able to reduce the storage because with OpenText Analytics Database, we provide built-in compression mechanism that can be further extended by the, for example, HPE Alletra X10000 platform. So we can basically divide by 10 almost the size of the storage required to store your data without compromising the performance and the access to the data. The second use case I wanted to share today, it's with our customer, Philips Healthcare. So for those who don't know what Philips Healthcare does, they are basically building advanced medical imaging systems like MRI or CT scanners. And of course, these machines are essential for patient diagnosis and treatment. So those machines are very expensive, as you might guess. And they want to ensure that those machines are operating 24/7, more or less. So Philips Healthcare basically implemented our solution a few years ago, and they were able to basically use the platform to collect basically data from their devices. And by doing so, they were able to basically reduce by 20% the maintenance cost. So instead of going into a reactive mode where they had to basically send people to maintain and change part of the machine, implying, of course, downtime for the machines, which was probably a big issue for their customers. They were able to basically predict the data. So as you can see on the slide, they handle more than 3 petabytes of data. So this data is only data collected from their IoT sensors. And as the data feed goes in, they are able to apply machine learning on top of the data and predict potential failure before they even occur. So that's also a very interesting use case. The last use case, it's on the financial services area. So this is another customer called XNES, and they wanted basically to modernize their data warehousing infrastructure. So they chose us, and they implemented basically a new analytics platform with over 500 data marts for different sides of the business. And they were able, basically, using this platform to improve their AI and reporting capabilities. So, just to summarize, this is why we think we have the best solution to offer to our customers. As you can see, the platform is trusted by enterprise companies around the globe. We have a proven data platform that is built for scale and security. We can basically provide the deployment choice without vendor lock-in. We have a strong partner ecosystem, including HPE. And last but not least, we do provide enterprise-grade services and support. So to summarize, we think at OpenText that your data is your property, it's your role, and you need to take control, run your data in your environment, and scale with confidence. So that's exactly what we bring with our partnership with HPE. So the future belongs to organizations that control their data, their costs, and their outcomes, and that's the balance OpenText and HPE are delivering together. So thank you, everyone, for joining this session. As we mentioned earlier, the Cloud Foundry research that we did is available. If you want to download it, you can scan the QR code and you will get access to the full report and all the insight that was extracted. If you want to have follow-up conversation with us, feel free to visit us at our booth. So that's the booth 1100 on the Expo Hall. And last but not least, thank you, Andrew. If you want also to enter a draw and win some good prizes, there is another QR code that you can scan. It will basically allow you to basically enter for a draw and then come and visit us at 2 p.m. today, and we will basically draw for one of those prizes.
These backpacks are really cool. Definitely go for it.
Thank you, everyone, for attending this session. We hope it was informative for all of you, and looking forward to follow up on this conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you.